Guys, I think we have a pretty exciting new chapter in the Descendants universe, because Disney is taking us somewhere completely different with Hidden Heroes, a Descendants story. And trust me, there's already a lot to talk about, from the story and cast to a major Descendants connection that could become very important later. So, why exactly is Disney making this spin-off when Descendants 6 is already in development? Well, we still don't have an official explanation, but there are a few possibilities. The biggest question is what's happening with the current generation of characters. While development on Descendants 6 has reportedly started, the future of some of the newer characters remains uncertain. We've already heard discussions about certain stories reaching their natural conclusion, and that could explain why Disney wants to introduce an entirely new group of characters before moving forward with the next main movie. And honestly, Hidden Heroes could be the perfect way to do that. The movie will follow 4 teenagers who find themselves caught between the safety of Auradon and a dangerous new threat. But there's a twist. These kids aren't simply following in the footsteps of famous heroes. They're trying to escape the expectations that come with their legendary family names and prove that they can become heroes on their own. And of course, their journey eventually leads them toward Auradon Prep. Now, this is where things get really interesting. The official synopsis describes a secret training facility hidden inside fairy tales, where the descendants of legendary sidekicks are trained to become elite partners to future heroes. But when a dangerous villainous duo attacks the Sidekick Academy, the new recruits are suddenly forced to work together without their parents, without their heroes, and without anyone coming to save them. They have to rely entirely on the skills they've learned. And if they fail, the entire fairy tale realm could be in serious trouble. That concept alone sounds completely different from the original Descendants formula, but it still has the same basic idea we love. Young characters dealing with their family legacies while trying to figure out who they really want to become. But there's one casting announcement that makes this even more interesting. Malia Baker is reportedly returning to the Descendants universe as Chloe Charming. And because Chloe is described as the chosen one, I have a feeling her appearance could be much more important than it initially sounds. Since the new characters are being trained to become sidekicks, Chloe could potentially represent one of the heroes they are preparing to work alongside. My guess is that she may appear during their training or help connect their story to the larger Descendants universe. I wouldn't expect her to dominate the movie, though. This feels more like a cameo designed to establish a connection between Hidden Heroes and whatever Disney has planned next. And that brings us back to Descendants 6. If Disney wants these new characters to eventually appear in the main franchise, then Hidden Heroes has to establish them properly. The writers will need to create a story that can stand on its own while also leaving enough connections for the next movie. Now let's talk about the cast, because this is where things get seriously exciting. We have James Monroe as Genie, Dan Bucatadal as Yen Sid, Sean Eves Lizard as Lumiere, Hugo Adio as Kronk, Sherry Cola as Isma, and Darren Criss as Jiminy Cricket. And I desperately want to see the final looks for these characters. We've already gotten glimpses of the younger generation, and if their costumes are anything to judge by, the adult characters could look absolutely incredible. The younger cast includes Jacob Rodriguez as Kronk Jr., Dior Goodjohn as Jenny, the daughter of Genie Mamadou Athi as Zara, Eva Smedley as Mary, Merryweather's daughter, and Harry Jones as Lou, Lumiere's son. We also have Reese Dawkins, Connor Wong, and Kira Wong playing the children of Mrs. Potts. Kenya Jordan is also part of the cast, although her character and family connection haven't been revealed yet. And that's not all. We're still waiting for more information about Merryweather and Mrs. Potts themselves, so there are definitely some casting announcements that Disney is keeping under wraps. But based on the first look images, the new generation already has a very distinct style. We've seen early looks at Kronk's son, Isma's daughter, Genie's daughter, Lumiere's son, and Merryweather's daughter, and honestly, the costumes are one of my favorite parts of this project so far. They feel connected to the classic characters without simply copying their designs. And that makes me even more curious about what the parents are going to look like. As for production, Hidden Heroes was officially announced on August 7th, with filming beginning just a few days later on August 10th. Production is expected to continue through September 25th. After that, Disney will still have post-production and all the other work needed to finish the movie. So, if everything stays on schedule, we could be looking at a summer 2027 release. And honestly, I think Hidden Heroes could end up being much more important to the Descendants franchise than it first appears. It could introduce an entirely new generation, establish new heroes and sidekicks, bring Chloe Charming back into the story, and potentially create characters who could eventually cross over into Descendants 6. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think Chloe Charming's role will be in Hidden Heroes? Do you think these new characters will eventually appear in Descendants 6? And most importantly, are you excited about this new direction for the franchise? Let me know your theories in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe because I'll be bringing you more Hidden Heroes and Descendants updates as soon as we get them.